Flooding is essential for the ecosystem health of a delta. Although traditional delta homes are usually raised above the ground, climate change projections suggest the world's deltas will be prone to increasingly severe floods in the future. With support from the Z Zurich Foundation, the Global Resilience Partnership Water Window Challenge awarded 12 grants to find innovative solutions to building sustainable flood resilience in challenging environments. This film follows one of the GRP Water Window grantees, working to retrofit and build low-cost, floating homes for marginalized people in flood-prone areas. The major new design element includes adding a buoyancy component to the house so that it floats during a flood, allowing the occupants to persist, adapt, and transform in the face of flooding instead of moving away. The data from the pilot projects will be used to scale up and form sustainable business models for propagating the housing design and overall adaptation strategy throughout the region and beyond.
Mình cứ nói cái gì cũng được nhưng mà đến cái từ cuối cùng là amphibious là mình nói to lên là được. Nên mọi người nói theo con cái từ amphibious nha. 2, 4, 6, 8, we should all amphibious. 2, 3.
2, 4, 6, 8, we should all amphibiate.
The Mekong Delta is home to over 17 million people, most of whom are rice and fish farmers. It's composed largely of wetlands, and its annual flood season is now under threat from climate change, sea level rise, and changes to the Mekong River from upstream hydropower, which will likely cause greater disruption for Delta communities in the future.
Resilience for me means helping a community prepare in advance for a hazardous event so that it doesn't become a disaster. And if there is damage or hardship, they can recover much more quickly and resume their normal lives. I'm interested in reducing trauma, in reducing displacement, because I saw so much of that after Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, and it was personally very upsetting for me.
Elizabeth and her team are here to collaborate with Vietnamese partners to develop techniques for retrofitting houses so they are better able to survive the anticipated extreme floods and rains of the future.
Theo cái đề án nhà nổi có thể làm cho người dân an tâm hơn. Thì hơn nữa là người dân khi có lũ về, người dân cùng sống chung với lũ. Người dân cùng sống chung với lũ. Tại vì khi sống chung với lũ thì có thể kinh tế tạo ra trong mùa lũ cho người dân.
Transformation in the face of extreme flooding is key to building resilience. By turning traditional Delta homes into clever amphibious creatures, people can go beyond just coping to actively shaping change.
This is a typical Vietnamese house. We retrofitted it to become amphibious. When the flood comes, it will lift up off the ground, buoyed up by these empty recycled jugs, and the rope will slide up on the vertical guidance post, and it'll stay on top of the water. As the flood goes away, it will come back down and end up in exactly the same position as when it took off.
To help with the retrofits, Elizabeth collaborated with a local master carpenter.
Cũng lần đầu tiên mình mới từng làm một cái nhà nổi như thế này. Thành ra mình cũng chưa có rõ là cái quy cách để mình làm, cho nên gặp nhiều là khó khăn. Cho nên là mình với cùng cô là có một cái ý thức, một cái giải pháp để tìm ra một cái cuối cùng cũng là được đây đi đến một cái thành công nhất định.
There were many challenges the team faced, including developing a centering device that ensures the house comes down in the same position it started after the water recedes, and coming up with a guidepost system that keeps the house from floating away.
So what we're doing here is merging latest scientific approaches and methods of calculation with the traditional way of making houses and coming up with a synthesis that respects the local culture but is calculated to make sure that what we're doing is safe and well engineered by modern standards.
One customer is very satisfied with the result of their amphibiated retrofit.
Ông nghĩ thì thấy cũng vui như Hài dùng chủng của tứ giác Long Xuyên này, nước thì năm gì năm khác, nhằm năm thì nước cũng nhiều lắm, như lũ năm 2011 là lên đạt khoảng 1,9 m, tính từ mặt ruộng đi lên là cao hơn bờ kênh. Còn như cái nhà mới này thì nước lũ nó sẽ nổi lên thì cuộc sống của mình nó sẽ...
During the past 12 months, 4 Delta homes were amphibiated. As each house was structurally unique, the team was able to experiment with the basic components of the retrofit, trying out new designs. Sensors were also installed to monitor tilt, roll, and wind speed.
Now we need to wait for the floods to come so that we can show how well they perform, or find that they don't perform as well as we were hoping and make changes to the design.
Cũng là mới mẻ, mới lần đầu tiên mình thấy vậy là cũng rất là hài lòng. Rồi có thể là sau này mình có bằng thêm, có thể mình rút ra nhiều cái kỹ thuật khác hơn, có thể là chắc chắn hơn nữa.
The local government is also pleased, though how the houses behave when water is added is a key point for them.
Thì nếu những năm tới lũ về thì có thể là xem lại cái mô hình nhà này, người dân sống trong cái ngôi nhà này thì như thế nào, thì lúc đó cái hiệu quả ra sao, thì lúc đó địa phương sẽ xin ý kiến của ủy ban huyện, thì lúc đó mới mở rộng ra được.
The beauty of an amphibiated house is that it targets the roots of the problem of living with floods, not by building dams or dikes, but by providing a solution that allows people to thrive within the uncertainty of climate change.
People are now thinking that this is something that can really happen, and it's something that can benefit the community. If we can teach the people to do this themselves, then there's no limit to the number of people who can benefit.